you ready?
Yep, I'm good.
Alright, start this.
Okay.
Tell us as soon as you hack someone.
Okay, Widow's on bridge. Widow's on bridge.
Monkey. Work on bubble. Nice. Can you hack anyone? I'm going out. I'm moving out. Monkey no jump here. Make him fuck off. Okay. I'm on Hanzo. Soldier.
Oh man, you guys got the Korean comm type comms, man. So first of all, the problem with Korean comms, even though like the Koreans use it, of course, is that when they're using those Korean comms, they're already on the same page already, right? They already understand, okay, when we call this target, everyone's on that target at that exact same time. For here right now, what's going on is you have your DPS or something. I'm not sure exactly who's talking, but someone's calling out this one target, like Genji or Soldier, and that's making you delayed in terms of your time to actually jump on top of that target. Right now, from what it seems like here, it's like you're both running a dive v dive comp, right? Like if they're running like double sniper, so it's more poke, or quad DPS. I guess they actually are running quad DPS. Wow, hey, look at that. Is this team like infamous for running quad DPS or something?
Yeah, they hate running goats comps.
Ah, gotcha. Quad DPS doesn't counter guilds, man. I don't think they should be doing that, but okay. But generally, you want to go after DPS, you should be, either you or the shot caller should be calling that target out and making sure everyone's ready to jump on that target, right? Once everyone's ready, that's when you can get that really quick kill and then start resetting really quickly, especially with the Genji, right?
So, part of the, can you pause it for a second? Part of the process that we were using here is, I'm the one that's target calling primarily right now, so it's me that when I call a target, everyone is supposed to shift to be on that target. But before the actual fight starts, the plan was to have the DPS scout for me and give me, tell me when there's an opening so I can move out and actually initiate.
Yeah, that's good.
And so that's why he called Hanzo initially. We jumped out, started on Hanzo, and then I saw a better opportunity on the soldier, so we moved on to him.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, was it for that open opportunity? Like, whoever your other person was calling targets, like the Hanzo or Genji, make sure, like, hey, that person's right here. Are you ready to get in? Right? That's when he's asking you, so that way you know, all right, this is where he's gonna be. That's where I'm gonna pre-aim or pre-fire, right? And then once he says, all right, and then when you give the ghost sign, like, all right, let's go in. That's when everyone should go in, especially if you're playing this dive defense against the quad DPS, right? So that's how you're going to get those kills a lot faster out as well, especially if the meta does revolve around dive again. It's going to be helpful in the long run. If you're playing goat still or something like that, it's still going to be helpful if people just understand where the person is and everyone actually just syncs up with their CCs. Because are you guys familiar with Kree comp or Ash comp, one of the two?
We have not played a lot of it. No.
Yeah,
I played a lot of it on my last team before these guys, but this team in general is not.
Yeah, like for the example of a Kree comp, right? If you guys don't have that proper communication in terms of like when to use your cooldowns, in terms of like your flashbang and your shield bash, right? If we don't have that proper communication coming out, what's gonna happen is that you either overlap CC or you don't use it at all, and you couldn't get the Ryan killed if you could, right? That same situation happens here. It worked out, which is thankfully awesome, but it makes it a lot more smoother and a lot cleaner if you're able to just come in all at once, because all the damage coming out at once, it makes it a lot harder for the healers to react and heal that target in time. But because of the quad DPS, it's not too much of a worry. But like just for like other situations or scenarios if you are playing dive. But here we are, you lost our Diva Mech and our Sombra. This is pretty much a reset.
The plan this fight had been to combo Valk Blade, but it took him slightly too long to get his blade, and someone got picked while staging.
Valkyrie lasts quite a while. She could have, or the Mercy could have also just used her Valk early enough. You want to use Valk before a fight to begin with, because especially to get that extra healing out now, the way how Mercy's been nerfed.
I'm going in now. I have to go in now. I'm on Zen on point, Zen, nice. Zen's down, nothing else,
nothing else. Kill on Zen.
Winston. He primaled.
Man, I haven't heard Korean comms in so long, dude. Nostalgic in a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun to run dive for the first time in a while.
Yeah. I'm glad dive's seeing some light.
Yeah.
There's a Widow in the back, you should have called that out. I'll probably guess you can't because you have to be on cart, but there was a Widow just sitting in the back picking people off along with the Pharah.
Mm-hmm.
What did they use? They used Barrage,
Those two
Valk,
targets,
Primal,
since they're not running quad anymore, they're running more closer to a normal dive now.
Mm-hmm.
Those two targets from long range will pretty much take out your team if not directly dealt with, either by your diva or by you yourself.
Mm-hmm. We swapped to Ana and Widow for the Pharah.
That's fine.
I'm getting out. I'm here with you. I'm a monkey. You gotta go out. Monkey. That's unfortunate. No. We gotta wait.
I think you chase the monkey a little too hard here. This might be a hindsight type of thing, but generally what I like to do is when I do contest the high ground up here and like chase the monkey off to like peel off our diva or whatnot, once he gets onto the low ground, he can't use very much to actually re-engage. If he uses jump to re-engage on you, that's when you can chase him. But since you just jumped on him, you shouldn't like keep chasing him since you don't have the ability to run away or get back to your team. Right.
Well,
and
I
if
didn't.
he wants to get back to his team, he would have to use his jump anyway.
So when I jumped
him,
onto the high ground, it wasn't to chase Monkey. It was actually to try to save Diva since he had just used thrusters.
No, yeah. So what I'm talking about is like when you chase, well, not chase, when you engage the Winston up here, right? And you chase him off. When he dropped down, you drop down with him, and that's what I mean by you're chasing. At this point, you could target Diva to like keep her away from the rest of the enemy team as well. Put pressure on her since she can't block your damage. She'll probably hurt you, but you have direct line of sight with your Ana. Right? You also had your bubble up here, so you'll have protection against the Widow and the Pharah as well. Surely enough, it will get destroyed, but you will have your jump cooldown in the backup by the time. But dropping down into the monkey doesn't exactly help your situation here. There's also an enemy monkey bubble, and they can't heal you. Maybe Lucio if he runs in, but even then, like he dropped down, so that means he's gonna likely just run away anyway.
Okay.
And then now you're in a position where you have to use your jump to get a better vantage position rather than already being in position and getting ready for another target to dive on.
That's unfortunate.
No. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, back. Sorry about that.
I'll come back. No worries. Oh man, you guys are getting picked off so hard. Why is your team split?
That's unfortunate. No.
I don't see. They're being picked off inside spawn here.
Yeah, actually, no. It was just YB who I think basically let them kill him so he could get his mech back. And then I'm not sure what happened with Assassin. The
Sombra got
yeah.
popped. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was gonna give them a lot of space. They're gonna get passed under the bridge, so you already lost your first point. Well, your second point of contestment. At this point, you want to try to hold at the stairs, get a jump on Monkey, which is good. Chase him off again. It's better. You can still attack them from high ground. Don't be too afraid of just chilling on top. Nice job picking off the Zen. He should be dead. Oh, he's not.
Yeah, it confused me for a second. He was just sliding.
Okay.
Yeah. Diva behind us. They're resetting. Go for Mercy. I think Mercy's on there. I can't get her. Wait till they respawn, count to 5, then pop sights, Bizzle.
We really switched over to
I don't know.
Ana from Mercy. That means they probably got getting rid of Pharah, or are they still running Pharah? They have a Genji now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Genji.
What else do they have now? They have Trance, they have another Primal soon. We're gonna EMP bomb this. The second they start
So this is unfortunate.
Jump in with
Assassin's not getting any healing at all, probably because he's line sighting the Ana. He could have gone for a health pack by now.
He was zoned into that area by the enemy Widow sights.
I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Nice, we're even. Okay. I'm on Ana. Ana 1. Ana's down. Nice. I'm moving in. I want Genji.
I mean, if Green counts worse for you guys, I guess it works, right?
I'm down.
We're trying to get a little bit more structure into it, but our main shot caller, Vessel, does not have shot calling experience, and I do, so I usually end up taking it over like that.
Shot calling can really be anyone's role as long as they have a clear head, right? about knowing what to do. Target calling is fine. It usually delegates the main tank role for dive or a DPS role because they can see who's dying the best.
Widow is one.
So I think I tunnel vision the monkey here. I think I probably should have gone do something else.
Hey, there was what was it? I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Genji who's actually chasing. Right here. God, I can't get that perfect moment yet. But like, what was it? When you see it right here, you saw Genji appear. You could have jumped on him to protect your Ana, I believe. But Ana died, unfortunately. So, but you jump on him now, which is fine. Widow's still at top right.
So I fucked that jump up. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. That's unfortunate. That's fine. You guys are winning the fight though.
She's right above. Did you kill her?
She's killing herself. Just take her out. Nice kill on Ana. Have they not killed Widow yet? There we go.
Back up. Wow. Nana's not here. Nana's not here. Wait.
Yeah, what a shot.
He actually killed Assassin there. I was pressuring him too.
Thank you. Okay, I have primal heal.
I know that you had your strategy, as you told me earlier, that you had like whoever your DPS was, or we're not tell you information while you can't see them. But what I'm hearing right now is that's not happening. Right, so it makes it harder for you, especially, to find a good target, or even get ready to jump on said target that anyone's on. So, in return, consequentially, you're playing reactively, which isn't that great for like a dive defense comp. You got the way how dive defense works is just by like attacking them where they don't expect you to be attacking at. If you guys are just gonna keep attacking them every time they get on carts like that, then you might as well just say Ryan at that point.
We're gonna nano blade, so I'll primal to get him away.
Or even hamming it probably will work too. So that might help you with you guys structuring your comms a little easier. I think if you actually, instead of ulting, and you stood right in the center of the hallway here, Monkey wouldn't be able to get out. You put down your bubble, they can't heal him either. The orb will still be on him, but he does have Discord right now on him, I believe. Well, no, he doesn't have it. So you guys could just burn him down. If you just stood in the hallway without ulting, he'll be dead. He can't get out. Unless he'll hit the ceiling, sure, and land on top of you, but that won't move you too much. And if he does do that and you move too far away, then you have ult to reactively push him back into the hull. But if you move towards the side that way, he has a chance to actually get out.
Yeah. Okay.
You're a fat Winston, dude. You should use your body to your advantage.
I'm still a monkey. Monkey. Okay, monkey's out.
So
Gotta push out. They trans. Ana's not healing.
Trans getting on Ana.
Ana's half. Can't get on her.
I ulted.
I'm going on Ana. Ana. I'm slept. I'm anti. I'm gonna die. I'm done.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of said your Korean comm. I don't like Korean comms too much, even though the Koreans use it. It's only because they already know what they should be doing on the same page at a micromanagement type of level. You guys, since I'm guessing you're very new, you guys aren't really used to each other really yet. You guys need to talk about like what you guys are planning to do a lot earlier, and like how to have your DPS position around you, so that way you can actually effectively jump on back line possibly, right? You told like when you called out the Ana back here, as you saw, it was only you, Sombra, and Genji or Widow was doing their own thing, right? Lucio is dead, sure. But here, we're pushing off. We have everyone on top, on the high ground right now, right? You jump onto Zen, he's transing, everyone's on top of the trans. We lost Lucio, he's coming back soon. But then you see Ana on the left side here, left spawn. Okay, you get on to the Ana. However, no one really helps you. You have Lucio coming back. You see Diva Bomb coming out. The Diva's just chilling on the cart. We don't know where your Sombra is. You don't know where your Widow is right now. Your Diva dies. You jump on the Ana here. She only took damage from you so far. And now we see your Ana is dead from the Genji. You died to everybody else. And Sombra finally comes over, right? This is what I kind of mean. Like, you guys don't have this kind of synergy going on with dive at the moment, which is something that you really need when you're playing a dive comp.
So we need a more proactive fight plans from the shot caller?
Yeah. So like what you should do, like during those downtimes, like during this moment here, right, when everyone's dead, everyone's wiped, you should be talking about, okay, who on their team has ultimates and what do we need to shut down, right? We already know they use their Zen ultimate. We know that they use their Dragon Blade, right? So we're like, okay, these guys aren't too important right now. Okay, I believe Ana still has her nano.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen her use it in a while yet, so she'll probably
Winston
use it
has
on
primal
Winston.
too.
Or maybe they nano bladed. I'm not sure. I don't think they nano blade because no one really died to the Genji blade, or at least not a lot of people did.
No, they did nano it. They did nano it. I remember.
They nano it, so that means they don't have it.
They do have primal though.
They do have primal, so we don't care about Winston, right? He's gonna primal when he's about to die. If he's smart, or if your Sombra can get off a big hack, then you can focus off the Winston here. However, otherwise, then your main targets probably be the Zen, Ana, and Widow here, right? Those are your 3 targets, and then you're like, okay, let's look for these 3 targets, and then once it doesn't matter who it is, once someone sees it, call it that position, people set up for it, right? You don't go for the kill right then and there, you just set up. You have your Sombra be invisible, get it behind or something like that, wait for this opportunity, you slowly etch your way up there, and during this time, it shouldn't take more than maybe 10, 15 seconds to set up. And then once you're like ready, once everyone's ready, you ask if their DPS or Sombra here is ready to jump on a target. She'll say yes, and then that's when you jump in. She'll cop out of stealth, and by that time, once you land and do your little combo, that's instant 75 damage. Sombra can finish that off along with you with your 60 damage per second. Widow should be dead very quickly. That won't let the Ana have enough time for her to even throw a nade at him. Zenyatta might be able to rack in time and throw a really quick orb, but that's not enough for her to survive. Widow should be dead, and then you can move on to, say, the Genji if she was sitting on there. If the Zenyatta is really close, you can move on to him. And that's because now, once you got that one pick, you have your DPS with you, you have yourself ready already to jump on them, and you guys are pretty much moving as a unit to get on to the next target, whatever you're calling, right? That's how you can just steamroll after pick. That's how dive was so strong back then, okay? Especially if it's like a poke comp like this, that's essentially what you get to do as a dive comp.
Yeah.
But that's not really happening.
Okay, what should we do?
What I'm seeing happening is you're calling targets. Sometimes they're on it, and sometimes they're not. And we're not really getting any sort of information why they can't get on that target, or even they're ready to get on that target. And that's the problem.
Okay.
EMP this fight, then you swap to Brig. EMP this fight, then you swap to Brig. Oh, careful, people. Okay, are you guys ready to go in? I'm ready.
There's a monkey behind.
I'm gonna take this from them. I'm a monkey.
There's monkey's jump, that means he's punishable. There's his ultimate, so you don't really need to care about him too much right now. Your background's getting kicked off by Genji. That could have been a better target than said monkey, but he's using his blade right now. I don't know if they use nano. I really can't hear the game at all, so it's an issue. But that's okay. There's a pause.
It's paused for a few minutes here. You might want to skip forward a bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, going after the Genji would have been better. As I said, Winston's not too much of a priority because you said he had primal. Maybe that's because of hindsight, but if you knew he had primal, then, don't really worry about it. You can pressure him into it, or you can even just, save it until last. That doesn't matter. One of the two options is great. Having a Sombra hack him and then jumping him too is really awesome as well. But once you get him in that primal, there's no real reason to burn him unless you're actually just trying to get as much ultimate as you can. Right? If you guys are really low on ultimates, that's not a viable strategy. However, you guys were coming up on ult, and you also had Sombra. When I remember it right, she was around 90% anyway, so she wasn't your real big ult wasn't anything special. Okay. Now, once the monkey's in that primal, he's not going to very effectively get a kill in that scenario because the corners that are very effective for him to get a kill on are spawn points for your team, right? They can slip inside, and then that's when Winston can't do shit anymore, right? Sure, your team's kind of zoned out, but during this time, while he's trying to go after that one target like your Widow or your Ana, you and your Sombra can be going after, say, their Genji, who was chasing after someone else like your Lucio, or you could have been going after their Widow, who was really far apart. That would probably have been a bad idea because of how their team was positioned, but because their monkey is really far in, he has to get out eventually, right? You just have to make sure that he doesn't get any healing as well. That's also another viable play.
Okay.
Pushing out here.
I'm not there.
That's okay.
Here you see that the Widow's top right. We already lost our Genji.
Right now, do it. I'm on Widow.
You jump on Widow. She got hacked, so this should be an easy kill. There's the Widow kill. Monkey now, which is fine. You see that she's being healed by Ana. We move on to Ana now. Nice job. Left, that's fine. We're gonna leave you sleeping.
Underneath the Diva. That's alright. Back up.
Your Diva's a very passive Diva, I've noticed.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure out what the right balance is between peel and following me in.
So, if you want to help him out, right, what you should tell him to do is to, especially as dive, you go in with Winston pretty much all the time. The only time you ever turn around, well, not turn around, but you can always keep your head on a swivel, sorta. You always like take a glance back at your team every once in a while to make sure like they're not being shat on, right? Once your supports call out, "Hey, Genji's on me," or Senjata or whoever is asking, like, "Hey, this person's on me," and that's when your diva turns around, helps them peels for that target. That or she just straight up burns Winston every fight. That's fine too, right? Because diva can do that.
Huge.
Now, what I've been noticing your diva do is kind of like, you know, she doesn't do very much. The fact that you have gold damage tells me a lot about what your diva's doing, dude. But that's essentially what a diva player should be doing in a dive comp.
I will let him know that.
Cool. Let's skip ahead. You guys are like dive comp again, it seems. Yeah.
Just thought about it. I can also scout. I can also scout.
Probably gonna do a reset there.
I'm gonna scout as well. I'm gonna scout.
You guys really like playing Sombra.
You don't need to.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know. Well, it looks like.
Is it because he can only play Sombra, or can he not play anything
We just
else?
like Sombra as a counter to as a tool for dive.
I cannot get on her.
Gotcha.
Preference as a team.
So yeah, if you really like playing Sombra in your dive comps, make sure you have her do a lot of the target, like not target calling, scouting, right? Have her stealth in, get to the back, tell you where the position, who's open, who's available for you to actually jump on. Once she tells you that, you sort of get in position to get a good jump onto that person, not really like exposing yourself, but you know, getting ready to get there. That's where having that jump knowledge and map knowledge helps. And that's when Sombra says, "Okay, this person's open." You say ready. She says yes. You go in. You guys get on that kill really quickly. Sombra does a lot of damage, you know. So you guys should be able to get a kill. It's the same thing I'm kind of drilling into you over and over again because it's pretty important.
Pressure this bubble. Get rid of this bubble. Get rid of this bubble. Okay, I want to jump in here. Can we go in? Oh, wait for Whitey to get his thrusters back.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Devac.
Nice shot.
You got a nice pick. That's
I'm a monkey,
great.
I'm a monkey, I'm a monkey,
Still
I'm a
5 or
monkey.
6. We still need
I'm chasing
another
monkey, I'm chasing monkey, I'm chasing
pick.
monkey.
Chasing
I
monkey
can't
again.
get
There's
it.
not really a reason to do that. He already uses his escape to run away. He can gone after a different target. Because then that means he can't use his jump for another about 3-4 seconds to try to
So
stop you from
there's no
getting another
peel if we
kill.
go on someone else.
There's zero peel, yes. It only will be Diva, and if you put down a shield, she can't stop your damage.
Someone on the left, I think.
And if you have a Sombra, she can hack the Diva, and then you guys can win that fight as well, right?
Diva's coming. Hack him now if you can.
It forces the enemy teams to split up a lot more, especially since their Winston isn't playing very well in terms of like using his escapes and offenses.
So
you should take that to your advantage.
Huge. Diva. Kill the baby Diva.
Okay.
Okay, moving through.
Under's on the Mega on the left.
Watch the widow.
That was a really weird jump you made there.
It was to try and get in between the Widow and the Lucio with a bubble.
What?
There we go, we're good.
Nice.
Oh, I'm
Nice.
sorry. I didn't think
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get on anybody. I just wanted to block the Widow line of sight on the Lucio.
What else are they coming up on?
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
can see
have
that.
Primal,
It worked.
self-destruct.
I'm not faulting you on it. I'm just like that.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It looked funky.
I'm gonna say Primal for
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Primal for
Especially since you hit the corner of a building and just turned around and ran away.
Go for an EMP. Go for an EMP this
Okay,
fight.
you know what? Go for it. I'm bumming.
This is unlucky. This is so unlucky.
He was 2%.
That's an unlucky sleep, man.
I thought we were gonna EMP.
He got slept.
Behind. Oh, unlucky, dude. Yo. Diva 1.
I'm on monkey on point. Monkey's on point. Monkey, we gotta peel. Monkey. I'm still on monkey. Monkey primal. Monkey. Back up. I see you, Vessel. I think you died.
This is yeah, it's boss fight now. It was somewhat even at first.
Monkey.
Not quite, but
Back up.
still winnable.
I'm still on
So here, when Monkey jumped onto our Lucio, he died. So we're down technically 2. Samba's coming back.
We gotta peel.
Monkey. Instead, you really like chasing this monkey, man.
Yeah.
Monkey. Back up.
No real value for going after him, especially by yourself.
Can we close that?
No, get out.
You knew your Sombra was dead and she was coming back,
all doing
so that's
different
not
things there.
exactly a viable target, especially since you really can't burn a monkey down, and only people that can do that is like, what, Reaper, McCree with his fucking buffed ass right click, all that shit. Ash sometimes can do real good damage to him.
Honestly, if you want,
But there you could have gone after DPS targets to try to even the fight. Winston with his ultimate isn't very reliable on getting kills unless he's like super good at Winston ulting, right? And there's not very many Winstons out in the world that can't even do that shit, so like don't worry too much about killing people with primal.
Genji is one, Genji is one.
Nice. No, we die here. Alright, now we can EMP bomb, yeah?
Get out, Vessel, get out.
D.Va low.
We can kill this D.Va though. Yeah, we can kill this D.Va. D.Va's out of mic.
Nice job.
Now we EMP bomb.
Okay.
So for assassin, they're still out of match, so we're technically okay. Nice.
Here, bait them
We're gonna
onto
come back
point
faster.
Oh no. It looks like your Widow's not really winning the Widow battle.
We can go right now. Assassin.
He's getting pretty even on this map.
I think he's getting picks on other people, but not the enemy Widow.
I'm on point. Monkey's down here with me. Monkey's down.
Which is good.
I'm on Monkey.
He understands his role.
Ready, go.
Yeah, doesn't want to take the duel unless he needs to.
Exactly.
Monkey's still on point. Monkey on point. Chasing monkey. Chasing monkey. Chasing monkey. Monkey's down. Nice. D.Va.
It's the same thing with like Pharah v Pharah battles, you know? Where if you know you're not good at fighting Pharah in the air, just make it so that way you force the enemy Pharah to shoot you.
Get on Genji.
While you kill the rest of the team.
Genji's out. Nice. Zen's down. Genji's still behind us.
Genji's still behind.
Genji.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Genji doesn't die this fight, by the way.
What?
He doesn't die this fight.
Alright.
I yell at my team about it afterwards.
He's one.
Yo,
Widow's back, careful.
Push payload.
What we found out later this scrim is that our off tank had our flex support muted in Discord for some reason.
wow, that's toxic, bro. That sucks, man.
So that's part of why our target focus is a little wonky at times.
Was your off support or flex support on target calling as well?
I gotta get out.
Nobody was calling when he needed peel.
When you peels?
Yeah.
That might have been an issue for D.Va, especially.
Yeah.
Almost made
He
it,
was
dude.
completely
Almost.
free the entire time.
No. The Genji nano.
Back there that whole time.
Comms are so messy, dude. Right now, someone needs to say, alright, calm down, what do they use, what do we need to kill, type of stuff, right? Where are they positioned? That's all we need to know right now. Once that comes out, that's when you set up, alright, let's go this way, let's go that way, if shot callers out, whatever it is. That's essentially all comms needs to be right now. You guys are talking about some random shit that's not relevant to the fight.
I can bomb.
Widow one. Nice. Widow down.
Almost killed, nice shot, get on Genji here, he's dashed, he has no escape. He's gonna climb a wall eventually, there it is, jump on top of him, good shit. Good shit. They have no DPS, but he's down in tank and off support as well. We can go after D.Va or we can go after Ana. I remember if Ana's alive or not. I think she just backed off,
Yeah, she
waiting
did.
for a reset. D.Va's gonna kill herself. There it is.
I'm on Ana no ability.
She juked me hard here.
Oh, what? Oh my god. Wait.
I know, right?
Wait, how did she do that?
It's like she got. It's like she's got Moira fade.
Yo, that was insane.
Widow one. Nice. Widow's down.
God damn, dude. I've only seen a few of those fucking Houdinis that come out. Ana's dead anyway. We got the Widow as well, but we're losing our D.Va. We're still getting picks. We're up. So we're going after Genji. He's going up top. That was a weird ass jump. I'm not sure what you were trying to plan for that.
I had 17 hit points when I pressed shift, so I was just trying to get out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Zen's down. I gotta get out.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense.
Genji. Genji down.
Wow, you've got her bomb up again?
Yeah.
How much was she feeding off you guys? Holy shit. Nice kill on Ana. Getting on Monkey now is just fine. Good job. Still low. He's jumping up high. Going after Widow. Good shit.
So monkey.
You should have called out Widow's left side.
Zen's one.
I was planning on coming back over here the second she peeked anyways, that's why I didn't. Still should have.
Just calling out like, hey, Widow rotated left would help your team just, play sight lines. So that way they rotate right. Getting getting your team free picks by Widow's not fun.
I have primal here.
It might color comms though, if you guys are, naturally good at doing that shit or just knowing how to just dodge Widow shots, then by all means you don't have to say anything. But I don't know your team as well as you do.
Could be improved. It's not a glaring weak spot.
Okay, Cool.
Yeah, just a quick 3-2-1.
They're by the mega.
You ready?
But we also aren't gonna get famous for it anytime soon. I fucked this jump up too. It's unlucky.
Massive,
That's
massive,
okay.
massive. Nice, massive.
Got 2 picks. You should push towards their exit. You should start moving towards like their spawn here, so that way they can't run into their spawn,
Massive, massive,
right?
massive.
Rather than kind of
Nice,
just chilling right here for
massive.
some reason. If you go to the exit, that means you really just pinch them into this giant area where you have a health pack, hacked health pack.
I'm on Zen, Zen's down, nice. Diva, diva,
That makes it a lot harder for Lucio and or anyone
nice.
to
We get
just
Lucio
leave.
next, Lucio.
Get you on the back. Get you on cart. The only one on cart. No one else.
Oh my
Someone gotta
god.
get back
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
unlucky.
Genji.
Yeah, Widow died to a Genji.
He's half, he's gonna get
He
out.
gets away half right side. You see Lucio on right side as well, so he's gonna get healing from that. They have a Zen.
I'm still on. No.
Started running 3 supports or double off support. That's a really old comp. Wow.
Yeah.
Careful, assassin.
Oh,
I'm on Zen.
Then
I'm
on the
gonna
left
primal this.
side. You should have called out Zen's
Can't-
positioning. I don't know if anyone even followed
I
you up
did,
for that.
actually.
I gotta get careful, assassin.
Did you?
I at the very least I said I'm on Zen.
Yeah, you said you're on Zen. I'm just asking to like, call out like Zen's positioning.
Ah, okay.
I'm on Zen. I'm gonna primal this. Monkey.
Yeah, you didn't call it.
I gotta get out. Genji in the back line. Genji gotta go. Genji's gotta go. Genji's gotta
Good
go.
call on the Genji. He's on mega health
Genji's
pack.
one. Genji's half.
He's
Should've
got
called
ult
the
here.
arrow.
He's
gotta
really
go,
low.
go.
Should have called that out. But you're fine. He's dead.
I got him.
We lost our Lucio though.
I'm touching,
There's
I'm
Nano.
touching.
We're going on Zen. He's on cart. There's a Widow on top left as well. After Zen, you should go on Widow. Nice shit. Good map awareness.
Widow's one. Widow's down.
Kill. There's still a Lucio. We should probably start focusing him. He's not kiting very much anymore. He uses ult. It's fine. We're
Keep
losing
calling
the
targets, I'm
fight
up there.
though. Yeah, it just feels like to me when you dive a target, you're pretty much alone. That's what I'm really sad about.
Nice
Mhm.
sleep.
It's not something that you should be faulted for, but it's something that you guys can together work as a team
Yeah, okay.
to get more secure kills.
I'm with you, Vessel.
Here, you're going
Genji's one. Genji's out.
kill.
Genji, no.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Good try. Good try.
Okay.
Overall, what I saw about that fight, or these games, well, that game at least, was just improper coordination,
Mhm.
very sloppy fights. No one's really where they're supposed to be.
Mhm.
It kind of shows since you guys are a really new team. It looks like the enemy team average SR. I would give them about 4.1 or 4.2 in
Mhm.
terms of SR. I'm not sure. That's what
Mhm.
I've seen when I was coaching for a T3 team at least.
I think they average masters. I think they're
They
around,
average masters.
I think
They're
they
doing
I
fine.
think they average 3.8. I'm not positive. I'd have to double check. Their tank lineup is really high up though. So
Their tanks are doing fine. They're doing pretty good engages. The only thing I would like to see better on the enemy team would be like their support lineup. They weren't very good position.
Mhm.
They looked like an average of F4.1 team. Usually 4.1 teams are kind of bad.
Mhm.
That's okay. It's still better than most people, right? But for you, as I said, it would really help out if you just talk to your team a bit more in terms of like, hey, where is the enemy's position,
Mhm.
and asking them if you're able to jump yet, or where's this target? I want to get on this target, right?
Mhm.
Instead of just saying, hey, I'm gonna jump in X amount of time. That's not letting your team set up at all, right?
Yeah, okay.
If they're not properly set up beforehand, that's what you should drill them on. Like, hey, I need you to be ready, so that in like say X amount of time, so that way we can jump in. Okay,
Mhm.
rather than saying I want to jump in 3 seconds or something like that. Right?
Mhm.
That doesn't give anyone ample time to actually set up, get ready, or anything like that. Especially since your DPS isn't really doing any scouting. They're kind of just saying get on this target over and over again, and that's not helping you at all.
Mhm.
Especially since you're hiding and not trying not to feed, which is great.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
In turn, also what you can do is be a little more mindful of who you're targeting,
Mhm.
right? You're doing good targeting here and there, but then there are times when you kind of just zoom straight after a Winston or Diva, and you kind of just stare straight into their souls, hoping they die, and that's not really gonna happen.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, as I said before, just reiterating a little bit, don't drop down off of high ground to chase somebody.
Yeah, that is a bad
like-
habit that I know that I have, and I'm trying to drill that out of myself.
All right, cool. Any
I-
questions you have as well?
Let me think. I don't think so. Give me just a second more. See if I can think of any.
No worries, dude.
Is there anything like super fundamentally obviously wrong?
About your Winston gameplay?
Yeah.
Um,
Anything core that I'm missing?
core-wise, you're pretty much got the basics.
Mhm.
Explains why you hit Grandmaster at least.
Mhm.
But if you want to improve on your basics, it's generally just improving game sense. Mechanically, you're fine,
Mhm.
right? You can always improve mechanics if you want to try to learn how to do the infamous triple hit Winston ulting thing, which can almost one-shot people.
I've been
It's pretty
practicing that
insane,
on
but
my own
I
time.
think that's fucking hard as shit. I can't do it myself. I pretty much given up on that. It's very niche as well, especially since the dive meta kind of died away. I kind of stopped practicing it.
Mhm.
So that's
Mhm.
just a thing that maybe I can get back into, but you can always practice that. You can, but generally for Winston, you want to just work on game sense of figuring out, is this the best target I should be on right now, type of thing,
Okay.
right? What more could I do for the team? Every time when you die, if you're playing by yourself and you have this time where to just watch yourself, ask like, hey, is this target really okay? Like, is there a better one out? Because the problem with these coaching sessions for like trying to teach these game sense type of tips and stuff like that,
Mhm.
we can only teach you what's like maybe the best target at that time, right?
Yeah.
Because every game is like super specific and always
Mhm.
different. It's really hard to figure out that out.
Mhm.
So what we can do is tell you like, hey, what you should watch out for or look for is what ultimates they had, what can we ignore, and what do we need to deal with, type of thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And that will be helpful in the long run because, as I said, when they were running quad DPS or when they were running just natural dive, I told you like these are like your 3 primary targets to look for initially, and it doesn't matter which one you get on, you can just get on that for now, right?
Mhm.
After that, you can think more into that. If you're watching your own VODs or just playing with your team, see like which one's a little more viable, right? Because just jumping on a target is great and all, but once you know like, hey, this one's a little more open, you can move on to that type of stuff.
Mhm.
That's pretty core to Winston gameplay, but that's kind of like very general advice for pretty much every role, I guess.
Mhm.
But it will benefit Winston a lot more because of how squishy he is, right? Especially since you only have one escape, and you gotta use that as best as you can.
Okay. And so one of the other things I've been practicing is I'm trying to be more patient with my pre-fight positioning because until very recently I've had the very common high masters low GM problem on main tank where I feel like I constantly have to be doing something, and that leads to me being a drain on my team because they use cooldowns to keep me up before the fight starts.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, let your team set up first before you actually jump in, right?
Mhm.
Having your team set up while you jump in gives you that proper support to actually do something, rather than telling your team, I'm going to jump in X amount of time. I'm going to go in like in 3 seconds.
Mhm.
Say, like, fuck you guys, I want to do something, type of thing, right?
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that have Winston players that actually do that shit. I try to fix them out of that little habit they have. XQC. I've coached teams that had like feeder Winstons and Reinhardts too, so don't worry about that, dude. It takes a while, but they usually get out of that rut.
Yeah.
But have it.
So
Yeah.
when I'm in my pre-fight positioning, then do you have any general tips for doing that? Because I know in general I'm supposed to be avoiding damage and waiting until I see an opening.
So hiding behind walls, as you were doing, is a decent strat, especially if you have someone that can scout for you, like that Sombra pick. If you can't do that, what you should do is try to stay a little further away for a second, jump straight up into the air just to check out where the enemy team is, so that way you know the layout of the land or like just where they're positioned. And that way you can like always position in a way where you're coming in straight to them, right? Shortest, least like path of least resistance type of straight. As fast as you can get there, that's what you're like trying to look for. Okay. Your DPS, on the other hand, especially when you're playing dive, needs to be taking the offhand routes where they're running off on the sides, getting to their back, and getting ready for that real fast jump. There should be no real poke damage coming out yet, unless you guys are actively trying to draw their attention away, but that should be your job. You should poke out every once in a while, let your supports heal you a little bit, but don't take so much damage where it's just impossible to heal you. Right? Just so that way the enemy team knows that's where you're coming from. That's the goal.
Yeah.
You want them to know that's where you are. You're not trying to hide. You're not being a flanker. You need to be the initiator.
Yeah, okay. My general rule of thumb that I've been trying to go by is where if I'm standing somewhere that doesn't require me or my team to use cooldowns, then it's okay. Is that a good rule of thumb?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want them to use cooldowns. You don't want
Yeah.
to use your cooldowns yourself. That's essentially what Winston's role job is.
I
Right?
don't want
That's
I don't want my Zarya to have to bubble me. I don't want my Ana to have to use her nade on me. That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So like, being in a position where you can force any team to try to kill you is the best, right? Where they're forced to, well, not forced, but they want to try to punish you for a said mistake. That's like a bait strategy, right? Where you have them invest shit into you, and then once they do, you're already back up. You're ready. Your team's already ready to get into the backline because they're split now. That's kind of what you want from the enemy team. Once that happens, you can jump in. They can't come after you anymore because they're split, and that's when you get a kill real quick. You clean up the backline, you push forward back to your team, and kind of just reconvene there, keeping your team alive. Diva only keeps you alive for like the first initial maybe 3-5 seconds for that fight. Eventually, the team, if they're playing dive like they were doing, they're gonna go after your supports too, and she's just there to make sure that shit doesn't happen. And she's gonna put a lot of pressure in the front line, so that way when they do jump back, their back line is super pressured already by your team, and it's just a big mess, right? That's why you gotta be that proactive player. You force them to do something, and you do something based off it. It's like instead of playing reactively where they jump you and then you jump back, you make them into a situation where you want them to jump you. Right.
Okay.
Play into your own strengths.
Okay then. I think that's everything then.
All right, cool, dude. So if you can, please leave a comment or review in the Wilds Bootcamp server. That helps me out a lot. And if you have any further questions, feel free to just message me. I'll usually answer as quickly as possible. Right now, it might be a little late in terms of response times because of the holidays are coming up.
Yeah.
But I will generally reply to every DM I get.
Okay then. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No
this
problem,
was very
dude.
helpful.
I hope you guys do well in the open div.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
All right. Have
Thank
a
you
good
so
one,
much.
dude.
You too. Bye-bye.